Hi gentlemen, welcome to the second executive meeting of Moonbus. In order to bring our company to next level and taking big market share, today our meeting, the main topic is analysis our main competitor Starbucks. From Starbucks history, we can at least learn since 102 so that we can use in the future. So some of our recommendations will be left in the end of today's meeting. Before directly getting into the discussions, I would like to give you guys some background information about Starbucks. Starbucks was established in 1971 and taken over by Harvard Thatcher in 10 years later. The company is aimed to provide high quality coffee and let customers to enjoy the coffee experience. So what do you got, Jeremy?
Yes, Jennifer. After our last meeting, I did some researches towards Starbucks. I found that all its strategies are well prepared for serving its core competency, which is to create a unique customer experience through the world, and Howard decorated this core competency with three aspects. First, as a coffee retail company, Starbucks provides various coffee to customers. Over 13 different coffee blends mean that customers could nearly fulfill any fantasies they have regarding to coffee in any one of Starbucks stores. Secondly, the fitment. The floor of Starbucks was designed to provide customers a place of comfort, which upholstered chairs, sofas, and decorated tables in front of them. Those fitments have circled a comfort zone that the customers want to step in. Finally, the convenience services provided jointly with coffee. Any one of Starbucks stores provide free electricity and wireless services to customers. So customers could totally enjoy the coffee or talking with friends and leave the low battery devices just behind. Combine all of these three aspects above, Starbucks creates its most successful trademark, its ambience. I think that Starbucks' successful uniqueness comes from its achieved goal, that is to create a third place between work and home. People in Starbucks are not just paying for a cup of coffee, but paying for the unique experience and the ambience. Thus, if one person thinks Starbucks ambience is valuable, then he or she may want to walk in a Starbucks store and have some leisure time with their friends. In that way, what Starbucks provides is not only the stuff on their menu, but also a platform for human bonding and connection. And that's it. Okay, let's move to marketing part. Hango?
Okay, thank you, Jeremy. As a market senior manager, my job is mainly to identify the core reasons why Starbucks failed, and probably I think the major reason is that the loss of core competency of Starbucks. To start with, I like to illustrate the graph at first. This is a graph mainly illustrating the connection between core competency, sustainable competitive advantage, and probably lead to superior corporate finance. And I think only through continuously hard and upgraded efforts can the company or firms leading to this superior corporate finance. And moving to the major reasons that why Starbucks failed, I like to say the first reason is due to explosive expanding of shops and products. So specifically, I like to say that shops almost doubled the figure from 8,500 to 17,000 stores. And I think obviously that's a big expanding. And for the product, specifically the Starbucks branched out the ice cream, desserts, sandwiches, and even book and music. And second reason I like to say is about the management. Their principle of management transferred to time saving and low quality, which really resulted in a very bad experience for the customers. So, for instance, the overly roasted quality, and the dark and bitter taste. And finally, I'd like to mention the GFC, Global Financial Crisis. So, of course, you can easily imagine under that certain circumstance, the American people, the American citizen, they cannot really afford a luxury item like a $4 coffee of Starbucks. And I think that's all and my part. Thank you.
That's impressive, gentlemen. I have to do some research. It's about in 2008, Harvey Thatcher was successfully bringing his company back to life. I classified his strategy into two categories. One is the company governance, and the second one is the customer experience. For the company governance, Thatcher closed 7,000 stores for one day, which was leave the Starbucks a huge loss. However, that was successfully improved the baristas' brewing skill, helped them to relearning the coffee making process, which maintained the high coffee quality, and also give their time and space to build a connection between the customers. It also shifted the management's goal from sales growth to customer experience, which is originally is their core competencies. As for the customer experience, it introduced new coffee products and also food items such as sandwiches and alcohol beverages to give their customer more options and also let their customers to spend more time stay in the coffee shop. To attract the young generation, the company has advertisement on social media platform, mainly on Facebook and Twitter. It's an effective way to send in the company's message to their buyers. So I think it's a good branding strategy. Thatcher not only focused on the domestic market, but also he's looking for a bigger picture. For example, Asian market, especially China, he has opened a lot of stores in China, and China has successfully become the second large market to Starbucks. That gives the customers more opportunity to enjoy the coffee moments created by Starbucks.
Well, according to my research, I think Howard Stores is doing a good job of retaining customers, introduced a gold card system to keep customers' loyalty. But I think he can expand the point system more, such as remaining points for free drinks. Then, since Starbucks' core competence lies in the interaction between the barista and the customer, it is possible to give the customer more knowledge about the coffee beans, such as the flavor of the different coffee produced in the country of origin and from different places of origin, and the recommendation of the barista to the customers. In my opinion, I would place Howard Stores in the level 4 of level 5 leadership pyramid. In this level, it requires leaders to propose convince goals and then guide the team to perform well. In addition, do the right thing. Because he enters Starbucks into a captivity quality that creates a unique customer experience to keep customer loyalty, and re-emerge when Starbucks declines, guiding his team back to excellence by retraining. However, his idea of enjoying at Starbucks was gradually lost when his first departure, which did not meet the level 5 standard. So I think he is the leader of level 4.
Armin, what do you think Kevin will do in the future?
Well, boss, it's my pleasure to describe the topics that you mentioned to me, such as how to sustain competitive advantages and growth opportunities and constructive recommendations. Well, at first, Starbucks' core competence is to create a unique consumer experience, which is valuable, rare, and costly to imitate the intangible resource. In this case, Starbucks organized to capture value. This is the VRIO framework, which can sustain the company's competitive advantage. As for new Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson, he should keep the core competence that is related to the unique consumer experience. After all, Starbucks has already had an increasing number of consumers who are totally in favor of the brand when compared with other competitors. Some growth opportunities that he could pursue can have several aspects. First, paying more attention to Asian market, especially for China and India, because the population of these two countries is very large. Second, he can organize some training programs which can permit the employees to have a good understanding of the core competence of Starbucks. And there are 3 recommendations that I want to give him. First, enlarging the Chinese market, because the competitors are not strong enough, so it is a good opportunity to occupy the market share. Alternatively, the profit is so attractive in this amazing market. Second, providing some different kinds of cakes or ready vendor machines. Finally, take advantage of the social media in China, like WeChat. Okay, these are my recommendations.
Well done, gentlemen. I'm looking forward to see you guys in the next meeting. Have a good day.
Thank you.